consider it sometime.
Whoa, that's pretty crazy.
I'm throwing it out there. It's an option. It's a choice you can make.
Oh,
what in the hell?
Mike playing Potemkin? You've got my attention.
Okay,
You've got
so
all my attention.
They don't want to play Milia into this because, I mean, I can see how that can be problematic. Sure, you know what, you blow up a little too quick. And maybe Milia just, she's not your main girl. And then, you know what, maybe you don't want to play the mirror. Yeah, okay, cool. No. Mirrors suck. Some players just hate having to play around their own tools. Doesn't matter if you're a top tier or low tier. I just don't want to play around my own tools. But how the hell was Potemkin the next logical step?
I mean, honestly, I don't see much reason not to. Potemkin is a character that allows you to try and deal with offense in your own zone. The opponent eventually has to push you, and a character like Soul will make that decision to just push you.
Good JD.
And Potemkin has the tools, range, and pressure, and damage to try and keep up with Soul.
Potemkin does do more in a single opening at the same range that Soul wants to play at.
I'm thinking this. What's going through Mike's his head right now is, okay, Millie's gonna explode. I'm not sure if I can really open up Nitro with her. So, maybe I'll play Soul. Wait, I'll get grabbed like that. I won't play Soul. Understood. So, I'll play Potemkin and see if I can get some grabs of my own, and eventually make this game into a flow that I can handle. Because I have these buttons, I have these grabs, I have the pressure, just by existing as a giant tank.
Yes. Good K.
And here's the pressure again, Garuda.
Garuda is just such a big, disjointed move. Not going to be able to get the connection there. Tough hit
Mega
there
fist.
for Mike, but he's kind of owning this one. He's kind of owning the space.
Whoa, good burst. You have to. You simply have to hold this lead. You're down around. It's about time to see maybe a buster. No, the normal grab from Nitro. Gonna keep under the pressure. Mike has to make a correct decision here, but the back has to come with the gunflame. The Mega
Jump
Fist.
out.
Mega Fist, incredibly strong tool in the corner. But it's not going to be enough to get him out of the situation as Nitro takes the first game.
Yeah, that'll put that one on the board for Nitro. They want their crack at DPS, and Mike immediately running it back on the pot. They don't even want to consider moving over to the Soul. I mean, I just feel like if you lose, you get 20 seconds. You get 20 seconds, just sit there, vibe, think about the matchup, what you could do in the scenario. It just wasn't taken. Hopefully it's because they just think it's that simple. They know exactly what they need to put forward to be able to get through this time around. But Nitro is just locking him up with these far slashes. It's hardly fair. Potemkin, there's the slide, goes with the Mega, not going to work out.
The moment Mike saw that happen, I'm pretty sure he might have been an OS even to get the command grab to make sure it'd be safe. Viper in, gonna try and go for the cross up. Nitro going for anything possible on these kinds of mix-ups. Get the confirm mid-screen. Go for the grab! Go for the grab! Whoa!
First available.
Like use any kind of hit to get started here. But Nitro's not giving it to him just yet. The slash.
Jump. No air dash in though.
All it takes is one punish.
He pushed the button! Jump or something.
Keeping it safe with the RC and Mega Fist. Gonna come back down to punch the Gunflame, and Mike takes a cleanly close round for this game.
That being said, Nitro still has burst, and that is a huge whiff punish. Fafnir to seal it out. I mean, it looks like pretty average, high damage, but against Potemkin, that really stings. That's grab number one. You just need two more.
Waiting for it.
Yep.
Really hard to punch for Potemkin though. He's a little bit too slow to try and punch the super like that. No dash.
Yeah, unfortunate for the big man. He'll go down on this round. I guess, I don't know what you do. Could you have Mega Fisted for knockdown?
I'm honestly not sure. I mean, even just a walk forward normal grab maybe would have been in time, but either way, Mike's having to get punched a little bit here. Trying to get out of the corner, but getting put right back into it.
Oh, that grab's going to be costly. The burst has to be used, but thankfully they do have the life lead. That should do it. No hope of surviving that one. Double body splash off the JC.
Mike taking a game. I mean, like we mentioned before, it's not just a matter of having to deal with what Soul's options are, but making sure that Soul has to also play your game, right? And as Milia, I mean, maybe Mike doesn't feel as confident they can make Soul play his game. As Soul himself, then maybe he just feels like Soul, like a Soul Ditto might not be in his favor.
Sure.
But as Potemkin, it's looking like Mike might have some options
Double fat.
to really deal with what's happening here. Mega Fist.
That's not looking too hot.
Nitro with a fuzzy, kind of. There's an overhead.
Which the grab. This is going to be big for Mike. Chases him down. Does have to use a PRC on the hammer fall to keep him tracked. Oh,
nice grab. It's unfortunate as Potemkin sometimes you get a good hit and you get a knockout and you just can't capitalize on it.
They're so far away. I think if they're going to buff Potemkin a little, maybe you make his moves not knock back quite as far on hit.
That would make sense. As a grappler, for sure. It does feel like Potemkin does have to fight mid-screen way too much on his own hits.
It's the quintessential grappler buff, quite frankly. Or even the grappler nerf if they do it the opposite.
Yeah.
Okay, now they're a little further away, you don't get the same frames.
Exactly. You might losing that first round. Nitro just going on a clean spree here, grabbing the corner. Baits up the grab, baits up the first two.
Everything in the kitchen sink has been stolen here from Nitro. Mike not working with a lot to be able to get this one done. Does go for the close slash. There's the play overhead. No fake JH that go around. They put themselves up 2-1, and Mike at least should take the time to consider what to do, or at least take away a little bit of the wind in the sails of Nitro, and they will put us back to the CSS, or at least, you know, back to the Guilty Gear online lobby system.
Yeah. I mean, now, really, it's insane what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Here.
What do you do? What do you do in this situation? You've got access to all three characters. You play them relatively all the same. What do you do?
Honestly, Potemkin's kind of working, but the main problem is Potemkin doesn't quite have enough tools to deal with every situation that Nitro's presenting here. I mean, there are a lot of situations, like we saw with this raw super that Nitro did, you just can't even punish it. Or at least Nitro couldn't have got a good punish enough to really make it into his turn again. So I feel like at this point, if Potemkin isn't going to be the answer, you might as well try the Soul Ditto. You might as well.
Sure. And just looking at the frame data, the one thing I'm gonna miss, honestly, about online tournaments is just my easy access to all the frame data, being able to clip through on a multitude of monitors to grab every single little bit that I want. When it comes to Tyrant Rave, the move is -34 on block. An option that you could go for as Potemkin is Hammerfall. Its startup is 18 frames, and then it's 47 at the max. So that number of 34, that's pretty in the middle.
Yeah.
And that is a pretty mid-range area. At the very least, you're getting knocked down off of it. You get some sort of real damage. You could RC it, and it is going to be the Soul.
Call me psychic. I've read so many character changes today. Hold on. Man. This is going to get interesting. How will Mike directly approach Nitro here? Because now it's just a battle of who can punch the other first. And right now, Mike's getting some good punches.
Mike is getting some good punches, and we've seen them earlier on in... Didn't they have a Soul Ditto earlier?
I believe so, yes. Again, I'm too focused on this match right now.
Yeah, go for
Mike is exploding right now. And the first round goes right to Nitro. I mean, Mike had some good starts there, but Nitro just saying, you know what? Sorry, you're in the corner and you got hit twice.
Yeah, I mean, that's all it takes. That's all that needs to happen. This character spits damage. And I think the craziest thing about Soul is they're barring Giovanna when she's in her boosted states. He's the 4th heaviest defensive character. They have a lot of health to cut through, and Soul still deals damage. My goodness, great use
that
risk gauge built up. It absolutely is. Nitro finally getting touched up. Mike looking to get some work done.
The damage on this, goodness gracious, stop! Make it stop!
A little around 45%.
Huge. No confirm.
Dead
and
man.
they're gonna take that round.
That's losers finals. Nitro will get their shot in grand finals against DPS. They didn't get to take a swing at them back in winners, as they simply just weren't on a crash course to face each other. It just never was to be.